Hello, my name is Jason Mercer, the Toronto Regional Real Estate Board's Chief Market Analyst. In line with the forecast contained in TREB's recently released Market Year in Review and Outlook report, we experienced very strong year-over-year sales and price growth in February 2020. Now let's take a closer look at the details. Greater Toronto Area Realtors reported 7,256 residential transactions through TREB's MLS system in February 2020. Representing a 45.6% increase compared to a 10-year sales low reported in February 2019. However, February 2020 sales were still below the 2017 record result. Year-over-year sales growth for the GTA as a whole was strongest for ground-oriented home types. After preliminary seasonal adjustment, February 2020 sales also exhibited positive momentum, up by 14.8% compared to January 2020. The baseline expectation is that sales growth will be strong this year. TREB's forecast, published in its Market Year in Review and Outlook report on February 6, is calling for 97,000 sales in 2020. However, the annual pace of sales growth experienced in February will likely not be sustained throughout the year, because we will be making comparisons to much stronger sales results reported after the first quarter of 2019. Turning to supply, new listings amounted to 10,613 in February 2020, a 7.9% increase compared to February 2019. This moderate annual growth rate was much smaller than that reported for sales, which means that market conditions tightened considerably over the past year. Over the past year, sales growth well in excess of listings growth has once again become the norm. This is because the temporary effects of the 2017 Ontario Fair Housing Plan and the OSFI mortgage stress test have largely worn off. However, while these policies were running their course, the well-publicized housing supply problem in the GTA continued unabated. All levels of government have acknowledged the supply problem, but we need to very quickly move from policy briefs to shovels in the ground. As market conditions tightened over the past year, competition between buyers has clearly increased. This resulted in a further acceleration in year-over-year price growth in February. The MLS Home Price Index composite benchmark was up by 10.2%. The average selling price for all home types combined was up by 16.7% to $910,290. Double-digit average price growth was experienced for most major market segments, including detached houses and condominium apartments. TREB's current average price forecast is for 10% price growth to $900,000 in 2020. While this outlook represents a very robust pace of growth, it is possible that further tightening in the detached market segment could push the overall average selling price above TREB's baseline scenario. This could unfold if sales growth continues to outstrip listings growth to the degree it has so far in 2020. The next few months will be very interesting in terms of how housing market conditions unfold. The general consensus is that home buyers will benefit from lower borrowing costs this year compared to 2019. However, some of the reason for these lower borrowing costs relates to global economic uncertainty. It will be important to monitor housing market trends against this backdrop. Thanks very much.
Brought to you by GTA Realtors.